Welcome back to the Order of the Dragons, and today we're going to be doing another Conqueror's Blade Basics video. This video is going to be on Territory War, on what is Territory War, what are the tactics in Territory War, and what can you do in Territory War. So let's go ahead and get started. So what exactly is Territory War? When you hear Territory War, you think, oh, okay, so we have a bunch of territories that we're going to go out and capture. Well, it's basically that, but it's just a lot more to it. There's a lot of different individual guilds or houses that challenge each other to capture these individual towns. At the very beginning of the game, each of these individual towns were owned by AI, but now individual houses like Black Sun, for an example, or Inquisition for our Crown and Darkness, for example, has conquered all of these territories. But another thing that's very important in this game is alliances. And what alliances are is when three houses group together to form a big alliance to expand their territory to a greater domain. Like where a single house could say, a single good house could control three territories at once if they've managed to have a lot of active people. Currently in the game, you can have at level 10 on your house, you can have over 100 people on the house. But in average people that are actually online in the house, if you're recruiting people from the game and not doing it more of a Discord professional system, you usually would fill up your entire house but only have around 20 to 30 people active actually doing the territory wars. You could have people hopping on during doing their dailies and stuff like that, but a lot of people just won't hop on during the territory wars. But the territory war is the end game, and this is where a lot of people really want to play this game, is because it has those experience of war versus other houses, house versus house war, where you're challenging each other to capture and defend a town. So let's go ahead and start talking about what a house and alliance is. If we press in here, we can check out our alliance here. As I said, we have our three individual houses. We have the Order, Danish Knights, and Eden. And so we're all in this, we've grouped together, we've decided, okay, we're going to be an alliance, we're going to work together, we're going to capture all the individual territories. Where in Territory War, it's super difficult to expand in lengths because you need that active members and stuff like that. And it needs, each battle requires 15 people to defend. That's the max. Max is 15 to defend and max is 15 to attack. So you can have 30 people in one battle at one time, but only 15 people of your side. You can have people, what's very good is that you need people outside. Even though you have 15 people already defending or attacking, you still need people outside to fill in those positions if one of your allies dies in the battle. When you die in a battle, you immediately get redirected out of the battle and a new person can go in to join in the battle. And that's what's really important, is if you have that activity in the house, in the wars, so that you're able to do a consistent defense or attack on a specific territory. So if we look on the alliance thing, like I said, can only have three things, and then on here it shows it has how many cities, how many towns, and how many forts, and how many villages. So cities, towns, forts, and villages are the four individual things that you can capture in the game currently. There are trade points, as you can see here, as Desert's Edge. Desert's Edge is something that you cannot capture. It is a specific place. Let's say I'm at Wukong, but I don't really want to head all the way back to the main city. I can head over to Desert's Edge, and I can go to the auctioneer. The auctioneer is only accessible on these places that have the little auctioneer mark on that. You cannot declare war on any of these. You will not be able to declare war on the main area either. So only able to declare war on the villages, the cities, the forts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I believe so. So yeah, villages, forts, towns, and cities. I think, because this is what's also confusing me, is that it says cities, towns, forts, and villages. But the trading things I don't believe will be accessible to the people at this time. I don't think people would be allowed to conquer those towns and areas because in the game you can decline access to your territory. When you capture, let's say, Wukong, right? You don't want people to access your territory. You don't want people to enter the territory. So you block it. And I don't think that would work for Desert's Edge. This is probably one of those cities, and this one is one of those towns. So if we look, yeah, so this would be a town, this would be a city, but I do not think that they would do something like that. So I think that's pretty much it for that. So if we go back to here and we check out our house, if we look at the house level currently, we're level 5. Max, like I said, is level 100 once you get to level 10. If we look at the current level, each individual level on the house has how many people that you can, how many max concurrent wars you can declare, meaning on specific territories. So we could declare war on 10 times on each individual territory. So if I, let's say, want to declare war on here, I could declare by clicking here and go into declare war. I can click on that and click on declare war. So it'll immediately declare war on that, and I'll have a timer on above it telling me when the war is going to be, or when I can actually attack it. So we look at the back at the house level here. We can look at the maximum attackable city and village and fort. So the city level is 15, a village level is 10, and fort level is also 10. To upgrade your town, you can head over to the warden here. And the warden will will have of all the fief overview and all the knowledge that you need on the how many you need to actually upgrade right now. So as you can tell, Tongir is level 4, meaning at the very beginning, Tongir, the village, would start at level 1. But because we've been doing all of our fief quests and getting all of the building supplies, look here, fief store building materials, to the overview, we are able to upgrade that town. And when you upgrade the town, it allows the town to be able to withstand, basically, no one will be able to declare war on it if they have the right amount of prestige. As you can see, we have 8,013 prestige. But because Tongir has leveled up so much, what could have been 200 prestige in the past is now 500 prestige. So it's all about those leveling those villages, or your buildings and all of your territory, leveling that up so that you have a tactical advantage. If the enemy does not have enough prestige, they will not be able to declare war on your territory, meaning they will not be able to attack it. So there's no point in defending unless someone declares war on that territory. Another thing talking about that, a lot of people would tactically do just strategic movements on, let's say, someone wanted to declare war on Tongir, but through 30 minutes of the entire battle, we sat here, no one declared war on Tongir. The people at Komen were deciding when they wanted to declare war on Tongir. They wanted to catch us off by surprise. In war, wars are 1 hour long. So people can decide. I think even in battles, it's like 20 minutes a battle, but there's also a 10-minute cooldown once you lose or win the battle. So this is what people will think about is that, okay, I want Tongir, but we don't want to fight it twice in a row. So what we're going to do is declare war on Tongir, 30 minutes in, move over to Tongir, and then capture it and manage to get a hold of it. And the past owners of that city will not be able to win against us because we got their territory last minute. So that's a good tactical thing. But that requires a hard push, and attacking is a lot more difficult than defending, as in defending, when you're defending in the territory wars, you have NPCs that can that help you, plus you also can think of more strategic defense for your territory, and all the people that are attacking that have not attacked that place before, that do not know the strategic routes of that town or that village or city, defenders will be able to defend it a lot easier. talking about defending and the forts and all the stuff and tactics, if I look at Taipei right now, they are a hostile house. If I were to head over to Taipei, you will not be able to pass through Taipei. Okay, so if I went over here, I would not be able to tap. They have a wall. So when you're declaring war, when you're hostile with a enemy house, and their fortress is, and they have a fortress, you will not be able to pass to the other side of that fortress. I will not be able to go through Moon Bay, but I would be able to do a U-turn through Sagaoha, all the way to Aktai, Nanlao, and Jindi, and all the way to Tangla, and then tack Taipei from behind. You can tack Taipei from the north, but if you want to do something tactical and go all the way around and go to Quran, capture Quran, as well as capture Taipei, then you're able to capture 2 in 1 stone, and you're able to pass through all that stuff. So before the war, you would have tactically traveled all the way around and waited at Tangla or somewhere in the area and made sure you have enough food. That's the most important thing, is that you need enough food to have the resupply on your units. Okay, if you run out of food, you get a debuff, and this debuff, what it does, it lowers the damage of your units, but also lowers the defense of your units. So you're taking more damage, and you're doing less damage. So you will die pretty fast when you're versing other players, when your units are pretty much useless. Another cool thing about restocking, if you are allies if you're on friendly terms with, it will have blue all over them. Like, you can go to diplomatic relations. If I go press in here and I go to diplomacy, right? And I press on Inquisition, and I want them to be as a friendly, I can set them as a friendly house, friendly alliance. And they will agree if they want to be a friendly alliance. And when we do that, and we press M, and we go over to, let's say, Tangla, but we don't have enough food. If Wayside Inn right here, the Wayside Inns, you can get free restocks of food. But if that has no reserves, I can literally, because this is a friendly alliance, and I can enter their town, and I can restock and heal and resupply my units. So anybody that is friendly terms with you, any alliance, any house that is friendly terms with you, you can restock inside their territory, doing a very good tactical push that you're able to see. If I was allied with these boys, which we are, we're just having this war issue, because when you talking about that is when you want to trade a territory and you declare war on a friendly house to trade those territories, it will automatically put them as hostile. And you also got to really think about this, is when you declare war on a friendly territory, you need to make sure that no one else is going to do it beforehand and capture that territory. Okay? Because what happened at Taipei is that Inquisition owned all of these 2 things, all right? Unity came around the corner. We were right here. Unity came around the corner. They were going to declare war on this territory. We ended up declaring war on it before them. If they declared war first and managed to capture Taipei, we didn't actually have to be on enemy hostile terms with the Inquisition. So that means you got to look at the area around you. You got to think, you got to plan out, you got to make sure make sure what the other house's movements are, so that you can take less risk, have more opportunities than before. Because if you're just like, okay, let's just fill out one plan, that plan's not going to function properly. You need to have multiple opportunities, multiple plans on a side if things happen. You have to keep an eye open. So let's go ahead and go back to the food thing. So if I was allied with the Inquisition and we head over to Tangla and we want to get, Unity had Quran and Taipei, but we couldn't pass through here. We could tactically go all the way around through Moon Bay, all the way around here, and wait at Tangla before the war. and restock all of our food and wait in our friendly territory. When you're friendly, you will when you're in a friendly territory, you will not lose any food. So if I am within this territory, I can stay all the way over here, keep running back and forth. I will not lose any food because they're in a friendly territory. So I can wait right here, and when the war starts, I can head all the way over to Kiron, immediately capture and head back to Tai Bay. So it's really cool about tactics and all those individual things. Another extremely useful thing that they have put in the game is called field camps. If I click on this hammer right here and I go to field camps right here, we have 3 options that we can make. We can make an infirmary, we can make an engineer's camp, or we can make a provisioner. The provisioner is where you gather a bunch of food and a bunch of seasoned wood and construct these provisioners. They're able to provide food to your to your units, to your men, when there is no way to access any food nearby. If I was right here and I was hostile with this house, I will not have any way of resupplying my food. I would have to go all the way around just to get back to my thing. But because I'm right here, I can't head over through Tai Bay because the fort is blocked off. So I would put down the field camp. I'll put on the provisioner that I have crafted and use the food that I've crafted. There's also the infirmary. If you lose a battle, where do you go to heal? You can either go to your friendly territories, one of your allies' friendly territories, or the main area or your territory, and go heal or resupply your units. Or you can craft a infirmary and place that on the position on the open world so that you're able to go to that infirmary and replenish, or you're able to heal your unit so that you can immediately go back into the battle. Same thing for engineer's camp. When you craft your engineer's camp, this is the trebuchet. The glorious trebuchet. So when you craft this trebuchet, all the stuff when you join a siege battle, you are able to craft the individual, you're assembling the individual siege engines and all the stuff for if I was trying to capture Tai Bay. You can enter the battle and they have like these individual stuff on the ground that you can do placements for, and that's all the, that's what the engineer's camp is for. It starts crafting all your engineer stuff that you can head over into the battle and place all that pre-built artillery stuff that shows up on the battle, like the trebuchet, and all the other things, like the tower that moves up, the battering ram, and all, etc. Okay, let's go ahead and start talking about how you can join the battles during the actual territory wars. Once the territory war begins, you'll see the, has territory war has begun, and you can click on the town and click on battle and just click on join the battle. And once you either join the attackers or the defenders. Like I said, only 15 can join on either the attacking or the defender side, but you can also have a few in spectator mode. Another cool feature if you are defending, you can actually enter your own town and join the battle from the inside. So you don't actually have to be on the outside being attacked by enemy houses on the outside. So you don't have to participate in outside actual open world battles, but so you can actually defend from the inside. So that's a very handy and cool and more tactical thing, is that you're able to constantly heal and resupply your units when inside your own territory. So when you join a battle and you die, you can go enter your own city that you're defending still and heal and resupply your unit. So that's really, really efficient and cool thing that they have done. I think that's about it for this Conqueror's Blade Basics video. As always, we are recruiting. Just hop in the Discord and we'll get you all set up. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video.